You know, I'm kind of liking this setup. We may just keep this for a while. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allie, and you requested it. You asked for it. Millions of you commented and tweeted at me. I'm kidding, no one did. Last video I did a trailer reaction to Normal People, and I feel like I have mentioned it a million times. I did read the book, then I watched the show. As a matter of fact, I had somebody question if they should read the book and then watch the show, or like what the dealio was, and I recommended them to... I didn't. I just said that I loved both the book and show, and that was about it. Now, if you have not seen Normal People and you're trying to avoid spoilers, I'm sorry. Come back to me when you have watched and or read the book. Would love to hear your opinion. Now, Normal People, written by Sally Rooney, made into a Hulu series that dropped the 29th, the 30th, last week. There were 12 episodes. Now, it was 12 episodes, and I didn't learn until watching like 2 or 3 that each episode was only 30 minutes. Now, I cannot say, I think that was probably my most favorite part of how they broke down this series compared to, I hate to compare, but this is the only other show that they've done from book to screen, like through Hulu, that was hour length episodes. Not that I did enjoy them, but to have Normal People in only increments of about 30s, I honestly love the way that they did that. I don't know, it broke down the little chapters, and honestly I think if they would have tried to do lengthier episodes, it just wouldn't have worked. You need that break time so that it seems like it's like, all right, this is one day, this is another day, you know, the following like a timeline. My overall review of it, I think I want to give it 5 stars. Beautifully done, beautifully shot. I think I can honestly say that I loved this adaptation more than Little Fires Everywhere, which I will be doing a review soon, just because now that I've seen Normal People, I just really want to talk about it and see how you guys felt. But I will be talking about Normal People, so don't click off. I love this so much, and I would probably watch it again. I probably will watch it another time. I'll probably get somebody in my family to watch it, a friend, and I'll rewatch with them. I think that they did an excellent job in casting, because because obviously I read before it was on screen. I didn't really have I couldn't picture the people that they chose when I was reading, but the people that they did choose, they just fit perfectly, from like the fringe to the talkbacks to the shyness, the anxiety, all the awkward bits. It was honestly from like my head to TV. Every tiny detail was put to life on screen. I can't rave about this enough. Like, it was really well done, and I'm so happy that, I mean, obviously there can be different takes to it, but I'm glad that they didn't necessarily steer. I don't know if you could steer. I feel like I'm rambling now, but I'm just like, everything that was in the book put to screen, every little detail. It was, like I said, it was honestly like from my brain to TV. They just shot everything so well. The series did flow with the book, so it was really cool. As every episode was going, I was like, oh yeah, that did happen in this chapter. I remembered all up until the last 2 episodes. I could not remember what was going to happen next now that they had gotten together for the final time. I could not remember how exactly it was going to end and what the last chapter held. Of course, as everything was happening in that instant, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. The only thing that I did notice, and the only reason I noticed it is because I went back and read the last little, or I scanned, I didn't read it again, last couple of chapters to see how the ending was different from how they ended in the show. And I think I liked the ending to the series more than I did the way the book was ended. If you've seen the series, you know that it flowed with Connell finding out about the New York school and having the program at a library, and she's like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, well, I just, you know, I still look up to you. And it was a very quick thing, and she said she was happy for him and that he deserved that. And then it moves on to, I believe, getting her to New Year's, and then next thing you know, they're like moving stuff out of her mom's house, and they're on the floor, and she's like, you'll go, I'll stay here, and we'll be okay. In the book, that is all at the very end, and it's a very different scenario. They're in the flat together, they've woken up, he has borrowed her laptop to check his email, and he reads it, it. She's coming out of the shower and she essentially starts up an argument. She's like, why didn't you tell me? Is it because you love someone else? Is it because you love this person? Just, I don't understand why you didn't tell me. And then he goes into like, no, are you serious? Like, you know, I only love you. I just didn't want to tell you because, you know, I still look up to you, etc. You know, she's still getting ready and she says, I think you need to go and take that opportunity and I'm gonna stay here. It's very different, and I just loved the way that they did it in the series because it's very calm. It's more of a chill, you know, I mean, they still, you know, go back and forth a little bit, but it's still a much more, I guess, happier ending. I don't know, because they're not happy either way. Like, they don't end up together. They're still, I mean, they don't essentially like break up, but he is still supposedly taking this offer and she's staying. I don't know, it's just different, and I just like the way that they did it where they're like, you know, it's just them and they're alone and she lays her head and they have that intimate moment. And in the book, I didn't feel like they had that. Maybe I just really need to reread the ending. My heart still hurts a little. Suddenly the show is like everywhere. All the ads are coming up on my Twitter timeline and Instagram and on the TV, and it's like, where was this before? Like, this deserved so much hype. I think the only difference I spotted was the fact that the ending had different momentum. Oh my god, I really can't think. I'm so sad. I'm just thinking about how it ended. And she's like, you'll go and I'll stay here and we'll be okay. I really wish there would have been just a little snippet more of, like, you know, 5 years down the line, 6 years, although it would have just been a whole cycle. Although there were parts, because now that I'm thinking about it, when she's in the club selling the raffle tickets, in the book she's texting and asking him if he's coming, etc. And in the show, he's like popping up. You know, there's not really that text communication. But a lot of that is just extra things that's not necessary, because the whole point of that was that he was watching her the whole night and he takes her home. And I think I knew in the, I don't even know if I paid attention in the trailer, guys, but it was rated MA. And in the second episode, you know, they have sex with each other and I'm like, her titties are out. And then later in the series, I'm like, his dick is out. I just was not expecting a full-on nudity. I also think that they handled Connell's depression really well. You know, having that friend there to be like, hey, it's free, I think you should check it out, at least talk to someone. And Niall guiding him to a counselor. I think too, oh god, the whole brother and mom for her, I freaking hated it. I hated it in the book, and I hated seeing it even more on screen because he's just so worse. And then, you know, the part where Connell goes and saves her, sticks up for her, and is like telling the brother, like, I'll come back and kill you. It was just, oof. I give this show 5 stars. Its adaptation to screen was just executed to the T. Picking the actors to play these characters and the scenery. That's my whole snippet on the thing. All right, if you have any opinions, I'd love to hear your feedback. What did you think of the show? If you've only read the book, did you like the book? If you've seen both, how did you like? How did they compare? Again, I freaking loved it. And stay tuned for the little fires everywhere. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.
I've been waiting patiently for a beautiful lover.